Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts.
59 million entrepreneurs. By 2030, likely to become the world's third largest economy with a projected GDP of $13.7 billion. India and its entrepreneurial spirit is only set to soar. It is this spirit which Leaders of Tomorrow have celebrated over the past nearly 10 years of the show. The reason and vision has been to provide a forum and environment for entrepreneurs to come together on the biggest platform available to them to enable 1 million possibilities and 1 billion dreams. We have nurtured India's entrepreneurship landscape through thoughtful conversations and insightful words, because we understand that individual businesses require tailor-made solutions for their unique problems. Two constants in the life of an entrepreneur are challenge and change. The COVID pandemic has been just one of the many challenges they face every day. Be it a new competitor entering the market, the changes in government regulations, or even just raising working capital. It is a constant relationship with challenge and change for entrepreneurs. Big gains come with big responsibilities, and entrepreneurship is all about taking charge and leading with innovation. Look around you. The skyscraper that is in your locality, the clothes that come delivered to you, the machinery in your automobiles. All this is built and thought through by an innovator, an entrepreneur who has given it his or her all to ensure your dreams become reality. Hello and welcome to Leaders of Tomorrow's special series. I'm Sunanda Jaiseelan. This is one of a 5-part series we're doing, coming to you from the Leaders of Tomorrow Awards and Conclave Season 9. All of the highlights of a conclave featuring some of India's biggest voices, talking directly to our MSMEs and SMEs, coming to you on this episode. Take a look. I want to welcome each of you here this evening to IDFC FIRST Bank presents ET Now Leaders of Tomorrow Awards and Conclave Season 9. As most of you must be aware, we are nearly a decade old, and over the past 9 years, our ethos has been just one, and that is empowering, enabling and celebrating India's small businesses, India's MSMEs, SMEs and startups. And this evening is going to be a celebration for all of them.
Absolutely. And Sunanda, I just want to reiterate what you said. It's so great to see such a lovely audience. It's so great to be back in Delhi for this. So audience, just round of applause for yourselves. We're so excited to be back here. And I'm super thrilled to see everybody wearing their masks, so thank you so much for that. To kickstart this evening, I'd like to invite up on stage the MD and CEO of Times Network, MK Anand, for his welcome address.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure and honor to welcome you all to the 9th season of ET Now's Leaders of Tomorrow Awards and Conclave. ET Now has been championing India's growth story with the focused purpose of helping Indians rise with India. This mission reflects in our flagship property, Leaders of Tomorrow, that empowers, enables, and celebrates the spirit of small businesses and startups that are together powering the rise of a strong new India. We believe the 2020s is a decisive decade for India. It will be transformational in many respects, such as technological advancements, digital transformation, and infrastructure developments and improvements that can already be seen changing things around us. And nowhere is this more real and obvious than in the work being done by Indian startups MSMEs, and small businesses that constitute the backbone of our economy, providing much-needed resilience to ward off global economic shocks and adversities. As the second largest employer in the country, MSMEs provide jobs to 100 million people and contribute approximately 30% of our GDP and 45% of our exports. Silently operating in different areas across the country, more than 6 crore MSMEs have a crucial role to play in building a stronger and self-reliant India. Our startups are also taking big strides in building synergies and partnerships with global entities, further demonstrating their appetite for innovation, collaboration, and disruption. India is the third largest startup ecosystem in the world and is expected to witness a growth of 12 to 15%. Startups have contributed significantly to job creation, with about 1.7 lakh jobs being created in the last year itself by recognized startups alone. While the past 2 years have been turbulent for businesses across sectors, it's fascinating and heartening to witness stories of several enterprising small businesses who have been resilient and turned these challenging times into opportunities to innovate, reimagine, and reinvent themselves. We are proud of their accomplishments and are honored to play our part in identifying their stories to inspire more and more Indians. Leaders of Tomorrow is India's largest entrepreneurship platform that chronicles new stories of success year after year and recognizes heroes in the space. Today, we celebrate the spirit of entrepreneurship with our theme for this year, Survive, Revive, Thrive, through discussions and key insights with India's think tanks, followed by an award ceremony recognizing exemplary performance. I want to take this opportunity to acknowledge the support and inputs of IDFC FIRST Bank, who have been co-visionary and unstinting partner in this nation-building initiative with Times Network. Thank you.
It's time for a quick break. We're back in just a moment. Do stay tuned. Welcome back. You're with us here on the Leaders of Tomorrow Awards and Conclave special series, bringing you highlights of all the big voices and names who joined us for our conclave. Take a listen.
It's time to invite our next speaker up on stage. He has a rather unique record of leaving a bank at a board level, starting a small NBFC called Capital First, growing it up to rupees 30,000 crores. He then merged that NBFC with a bank and took over as the MD and CEO of the combined bank. Well, he surely knows a lot about small and medium enterprises as he finances millions of them, and his loan book is near 1.2 lakh crore rupees. He's currently working on the vision of the bank to build a world-class bank with ethics and technology and be a force for social good. I'd like to invite up on stage Mr. V. Vaidyanathan, MD and CEO of IDFC FIRST Bank, to give his address.
Good evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here this evening. First of all, a very warm greetings for people at ET Now for organizing this very important event, Leaders of Tomorrow, Seasons 9 Awards and Conclave. MK and Sanjeev Sanyal, Chief Principal Economic Advisor to the Prime Minister. So it's a pleasure to see all of you today, and I look forward to seeing the awards this evening. Now, we're all entrepreneurs here, and many entrepreneurs are receiving awards. When we think of entrepreneurship, what do we mean? We mean business. When we mean business, we mean demand. Someone has to consume our products. And that's when the economy itself plays a very huge role in the success of all of us as entrepreneurs. Now, on that front, I'm sure all of you would agree with me that the way the Indian economy bounced back after wave 1, then there was a crisis of wave 2, then the way it bounced back after wave 2, we all, I hope, agree that there is a underlying demand is very, very strong in India. As all of us know, human beings are consumers. They consume all their life. You know, when they're a child, they consume maybe milk. When they grow up a little more, maybe they buy cycles or something. They grow up a little more, they buy two-wheelers. After that, they consume cars. They consume clothes. They consume goods. They consume medicines. Human beings are consumers all their life till death. And that consumption in this country of 1.3 billion people is very, very strong, as proven from the way the economy and the consumption bounced back after both the waves. Second thing is that specifically now, we are seeing all the indicators of the economy, whether it's GDP, home sales is, rocketing now, cars, two-wheelers, FMCG goods, every one of the consumption is now firing, and which is actually good for all entrepreneurs here. The second thing is, when we think of what powers economies, is credit. Now, on the credit front, let me share a statistic with you since I'm from the banking sector. The Indian banking sector, outstanding credit, banking system alone is about 108 lakh crore. NBFC credit is about 20 lakh crores, but close to 8 lakh crores of bank lending has gone to NBFCs. If you net it off, there's a total credit banks plus NBFC put together after adjusting the duality is about 1.2 lakh crores. Of the 120 lakh crores, close to about 55 lakh crores is for large entrepreneurs who have borrowed credit. Of the balance, about maybe 70 odd lakh crores, there comes small entrepreneurs, there come consumers who have bought cars, homes, etc., and home loans, car loans, etc. That's about 25, 26 lakh crores. It's got agriculture, all of that put together. So the point is that in India thus far, and this is, by the way, including state-owned banks, state-owned banks, maybe for the last 50 or 60 years, were thought to be doing large number of small entrepreneurs credit, but they're also doing maybe 40 or 50%, maybe 60% of the book is normally large credit. But that story is changing so very sharply. That's why we say leverage. How leveraged are you? And who gets leverage? Large corporates got leverage. And leverage is, why is it called leverage? It's a lever. It's got the power. That's why Archimedes said that give me a lever long enough and I will move the world. What did he mean? He said, give me a lever long enough, give me a fulcrum, I'll move the world. That's the power of leverage. And that leverage power was largely with large corporates thus far. Now, small entrepreneurs are getting that credit. I'm from the banking system. Let me tell you that we have lived this life quite a long time. The moderator introduced me earlier. Our loan book was only 94 crores in 2010. In 2010. By 2018, it was 30,000 crores. Today, it is about 1.2 lakh crores. So it's just gone up, and large component of small entrepreneurs. So, we've financed millions of small entrepreneurs, let me tell you. And the leverage component for small entrepreneurs is very low. I told you the statistics. Now, they never got the lever by the classical Archimedes quote. But now it is changing in India, and all of you hopefully will experience it, because everyone knows that financing should be done through cash flow and all that stuff, and not necessarily the income tax returns. But of late, the ability to grab data, to get data from multiple sources, put them together, earlier, if you were to give a loan, you'd probably take a bank statement, someone would sit and analyze it, take a decision whether you're good or bad for a loan. Now all that comes to electronically. The system quickly computes the cash flow. The system quickly computes the extent of leverage. System quickly computes what day of the month the money is lying in the bank account and which is the best day to collect the installment from the customer. All that is already there from the system. All comes electronically. Off late, of course, the GST is a big deal because that really is a very good benchmark of how cash flows comes in the system. Our experience, if you see all the data in the system, the mid-corporate credit has been better quality than the large corporates. We know the NPS in the Indian system, like 10 lakh crores, majority of that is large corporates. And then you come down to smaller corporate, delinquency even lesser, go to microcredit corporate, the NPS even lesser. So it's really, you can see the pattern, you can see it in civil, that is the data. So lesser NPA, better credit quality because of cash flow and all that stuff. So I feel it's a mega moment coming because of the power of leverage. The third thing that is coming right in front of our eyes, which we didn't see before, is the emergence of new industries. Now look, let me say electric vehicles are coming up. It's a new new thing coming up. We know millions of them are going to be on the roads. Now, if it's one, electric vehicles industry is coming up, think about how many, battery makers will get a new line of employment. Think of, or entrepreneurs will get opportunities. Think of how many dealers will get set up through that process and, repair, mechanic, drivers, and all that kind of stuff. So you get the whole trip, the whole chain. So that's one example of electric industry getting created. India's at this point in time creating multiple such industries, and each industry have their own chain of economic activity kicking off. The fifth thing that is a big thing, I told you three things already, the four things. The fifth thing, let me say, is a very big change happening in India, is a migration from the unorganized to the organized. It's a very big change. If you see, close to about 85% or 84% of all kiranas in the country are all unorganized, retailing. By the way, it's close to $1 trillion market, $1 trillion market. And 85% is unorganized, 84%. Only 16% is organized. And of the 16%, only 4% is online. 12% is the large retail chains. And by the way, it's only 16. So you get a sense that when that 16 starts becoming, 25, 30, 35, 40, how big that, market is going to become. Similarly, the medicines market or the wellness market is all largely unorganized. You see one Apollo, you see one hospital or Fortis, but you see largely, it's the roadside, doctors were there, peddling, giving solutions, so to say. And education market is largely unorganized, classrooms, how we all grew up in blackboards and all that stuff. Now it's becoming online. So every industry, whether it's retail, medicine, education, entertainment, commerce, every one of them is now becoming offline to online. And that is one big mega play going on. And for that, just for all of us entrepreneurs to observe the trend and to say that this is happening in India is really of no use. We will not be leaders of tomorrow, and entrepreneurs cannot be if they're not sitting on the new bandwagon of India becoming digital. Otherwise, we'll be spectators, and someone else will just walk away. And by the way, if India doesn't get this right, you see all the Amazons and the, all the global corporations walking away with many of the honors and building $1 trillion market caps. So the point is, therefore, that the leaders of tomorrow, we just set the tone by saying GDP is growing. True, we set the tone that credit is growing, bottom of the pyramid. True, new industries are coming up. True, unorganized to organized is happening. True, unbranded to branded is happening. True. Everything is true, but for entrepreneurs to take full advantage of that, we have to have the digital play. Otherwise, we will really not be leaders of tomorrow. So my quick comment, thank you very much. And my last closing comment would be on taxation. I'd actually say that, look, small entrepreneurs really have a tough life. We all know that, small, medium, they all have a tough life as compared to the larger entrepreneurs, lack of scale, higher cost of credit, we know all the issues. And therefore, my quick comment would be that I have always been wishing and propagating the concept that just like our personal income tax structures are progressive, you pay low tax rate for the lowest slab, and then you pay higher and higher. Like that, if our corporate tax structure was progressive, whereby we pay maybe 5% or something for the first crore or 2 crores of income and then goes up, then I think a lot of small entrepreneurs will get some extra shoulder over the larger entrepreneurs to just come, be able to compete in that game. So that would be a quick comment. And I wish all the entrepreneurs who come through all the difficult times last year, who got their successes and can bring the awards, my heartiest compliments, and to and to the Times Group for putting it together. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Bye.
That's all we could put into part one, but we're going to continue bringing you highlights of what our experts had to say face-to-face directly to our entrepreneurs. How do they encourage them? What are the big takeaways? All of that going to continue on the special Leaders of Tomorrow Awards and Conclave series. Take a look at what's coming up on episode 2.
Something which it has impacted every human being today on this earth. So being an entrepreneur, you had more difficulty because you are not alone, you are supporting some staff and you have some crunch of the funding available to you. but what to do at this juncture. So you have to devise your own solutions to first survive. So survival is the most important aspect. The pandemic has not gone yet.